Sup, y'all? Winnie here, and today we're going to be checking out Grog the Cave Monster. I accidentally clicked the link before I started recording, but I didn't read nothing. I just noticed that it looks weird because I don't know what the deal is with this letter I here. Oh, more by this author. It says, I was originally going to call him Thag, Henson stated in an interview, but it turned out the name was taken. Okay. Euclid. SCP-1435 is to be held in a 3x4x3 meter containment chamber with reinforced steel walls. The floor is to be a recessed scale with remote readouts. There are to be no windows or other visible portals leading into 1435's containment chamber, nor any visual monitoring devices. In the event that 1435 requires movement to a larger containment cell, only disposable dudes are allowed to view it, and are to be terminated immediately after containment is reestablished. All other personnel making visual contact with the termination point are to be terminated. All data pertaining to the television program Grog and 2D's Time Cave, including knowledge of its existence, is to be actively scoured from public sources. All records of the pilot episode are to be destroyed, with one copy stored electronically on an encrypted server for archival purposes. Description: SCP-1435 is an orange puppet made by the Jim Henson Company for a planned children's educational show entitled Grog and 2D's Time Cave. It is described in production notes as a cave monster with horns, sharp teeth, and a faux hide toga. Testing has revealed no anomalies present in any of its composite materials. It undergoes a growth event whenever a person both views and contemplates its termination point, the aperture through which the puppeteer hand is passed. Thoughts such as, where does it stop? Does it go underground? And what's under there? Have been demonstrated to trigger growth events, which typically increase 1435's length at a rate of approximately 0.4 meters per second for upwards of 130 seconds. This growth involves the lower furry fabric surface of it duplicating itself. Growth events can be triggered by remote viewing as well as viewing of still images of the termination point. At the time of its initial growth event, 1435 was estimated to be 2 meters long. Efforts to contain and test it have since increased its length to its current 113 meters. The termination point of 1435 adheres to the surface on which it is placed. Attempts to lift it trigger growth events, but it is possible to move 1435 by sliding along a level surface. When under any observation, the first 30 meters of 1435's body undulate, the rest maintaining whatever position it has grown into, and its mouth and arms move. It has also been observed vocalizing scraps of dialogue and the theme song from the television show, as well as moans of pain, the latter having occurred only during growth events. Imaging of 1435 has shown that the first 10 meters of its length are filled with a mixture of bone fragments and undifferentiated tissues. The substance filling the remaining length has not yet been identified. Addendum: recent testing has shown that any subject who has viewed the termination point can trigger a growth event by thinking about it, whether currently observing it or not. The speed of growth is dramatically decreased when thoughts are not concurrent with direct observation, still photos, or video of 1435, approximately 0.005 meters per second. But amnestics have proven ineffective in blocking this effect. Any previous observer reminded of the existence of 1435 will become able to trigger growth events once more should they begin thinking about it. Control groups informed of its existence without having previously viewed the termination point do not produce this effect. This factor complicates containment of it, as increases in size necessitate larger containment chambers. 1435 upgraded to Euclid class at some point by site director Al-Shabazz? Video log of initial growth event. Video log consists of 2 minutes of the pilot episode of Grog and 2D's Time Cave, followed by the first growth event, as recorded by a secondary camera accidentally left running during filming. Voices are identified by the character speaking. Thank you so much for helping us learn about electricity, Mr. Franklin! It was my pleasure, Miss 2D. I hope you'll be more careful around electricity from now on, Grog. Yes, Grog understands danger of electricity now. Did Mr. Franklin help you get over your fear of thunder, Grog? Yes, now Grog not afraid of thunder, only lightning. Ha 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 ha! Well, come on, Grog, we better get back to the future. Growth event begins at timestamp 206, marked by a loud sound, approximately 95 decibels, later described as a zipper closing. The viewpoint camera records 1435's puppeteer vanishing as it extends to reach the floor. What was that? Jesus, where's Blank? What happened to him? 1435 begins increasing in length and undulating. Crew members are heard screaming and can be seen running in the background. Mr. Franklin Tootie cave a bunch. It hurts so much. Someone can help! Thunder cave, thunder, a happy monster time. Birds. Camera is knocked over. Screaming of crew members and moaning of 1435 continue. End video log at 5 minutes 16 seconds. Let's see. Info hazard. Well, that sounds just awful. For like everybody involved. Dang. It sounds like it probably would be an interesting show if it was real, though. I would watch that. Caveman puppet and a girl traveling through time to learn stuff. I would totally have watched something like that as a kid. That sounds awesome. But that's it's not awesome what happened at the end of it, but none of it's real as far as I know. That's going to do it for this episode. If you liked it, a like and a subscribe will be groovy. Click the bell, it'll give you notifications of future uploads. And I'll see y'all in the next one, which is... The next couple of videos are going to be longer than they have been. Not because I know how long the entries are going to be, but because the next 2 episodes are going to have more than one. So, that's your heads up. Later.